Future Smart project, the budget 2022, that is the first building block in the 25 years plan for the unprecedented makeover of India. The future smart cities and future India that become a smart and innovative, a technological advancement, a new age technology driven economy, and the modern digital platform for the new age India. And this future smart project, that is the foundation, has been built in this 2022 budget. That the plan for the next 25 years has been set up in this particular union budget, and the popular expectation that the politics would dictate those economics, and the first round of voting in the first round of the next few years, that has been important for the country, and the budget itself has laid those foundation stones, pave the way to the path that can be reflected in the next 25 years plan of build, design, architecture, and the growth of economy, and the nation will be benefited immensely after applying those innovative models, those planning, and those important steps that need to be taken. And the dutiful, diligent, and dependable structures, and that the speech that the finance minister that said in the 90 minutes budget, initially it seems to be that the budget has a lack of glamour of big bang reforms, a large expectation, a huge transformation in this particular for any industry or sector, but the plethora of no frills and fancy initiative that has a lot of punch and potential and hope, that the budget is estimated for the future, and it is the continuation of last year's once in a 100-year budget, the planning and those statements and seeking to consolidate the gain from it for the India at the rate 100. The National Democratic Alliance, the 10th budget that has acquired quite optimistic, and they have the ability and the confidence in their ability, and that which could afford to need for those validations, and it believes that the fact will speak for themselves. The data, the statistics, the important relative information that could speak well for the entire budget declaration, and that's the mantra in Indian politics, when it has rarely been about what you are doing. Instead, it's about what it seems to be doing, or it seems to be visible. That the instant that later is turned out to be more important. The first building block in the 25 years plan for the unprecedented makeover of India, and that something will enable the country to legitimately own its place at the global high table, grabbing the opportunities that provided by the disruptions in the global world order, and with the simultaneous play of China-US-led West rivalry on the one hand, and once-in-a-century pandemic which refused to fade away. The new India is built over the next 25 years on the foundation of inclusivity and the guaranteed plan and programs, and those Yojana that the new laid those digital platforms, lending the voice to the nation, the idea of a investor, the stakeholders in the economy, and the budget seeks to lay the foundation and give the blueprint to steer the economy over the next 25 years, and that India has currently 75 years, and to reach at India at the rate 100. That's the Amrit Kal, that statement has been declared in the Union Ministry. That's the fact, and that's the situation is India is currently rely on, and that's the very core that in terms of the substances, it is the traditional budget which had gone out to the fashion, expansionary in actions and redistributions in those purchases. And this year budget is also signaling, after 2 years of repair, mitigation to the offset the pandemic has occurred, generated in the economic laydown, and India is finally transitioning to the recovery after this massive pandemic in the last 20 months has been faced in line with those emerging policy that consensus across the globe in this budget public investment criteria is intended to be the driver catalyzing those private corporate investment, that is the core sector, involving in the core sector with the hope that two in tandem will be enough to stimulate those consumptions, demand, and generate the adequate number of employment. The growth mantra will be based on that particular things, that particular, with a 35% hike in its own capital outlay, along with grant in age and interest-free financing for the capital project to the many state government, and it is a big capital spend package. The capital expenditure to the GDP ratio that will no longer have been 2.5% has been budgeted at 4.1%. The existing incremental capital output ratio, the level of public expenditure, especially on the capital expenditure side, that should generate a GDP growth of 13%, more than 13% actually. That is as capital expenditure, perhaps that accounting for the global headwinds and a strong commodity price that would work properly in this particular rising interest rates and the real possibility of imported inflation and the growth rate that has been pragmatically in the real scenario, that is the 11%. And another way that would be see that the output cap as a buffer to dampen the inflationary pressures for a large country like India with 1.4 billion people. And the responsible budget is, so far as an economy is concerned, but must also be factored in that is also spent more by the trend in the revenue collection, GST collection. The agile framework that is particularly relevant today, that because of the explosion of the real-time data that allows for the constant monitoring, such information use include those GST collections, digital payment, satellite photography, electricity productions, cargo movement, internal external trade, infrastructure rollout, delivery of various schemes, mobility indicators. To the name just a few, some of them are also available in the public platform, that many innovative forms of data are new that being generated by the private sector. The short-term policy and the response and the situation that what a model can be predicted. And the public investment is intended to be the driver that catalyzing those private corporate investment, and it's also the core model of public-private partnership PPP model, with the hope that the two tandem will stimulate the consumption demand and generate those employment that will boost the economic in ultimate way, and that will also driven the growth strategy of India's economic journey to the $5 trillion economy in the next few years. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.